Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time to get step in the ring with the greatest tag team in podcast history. Just Freaking Wrestling, the JFW podcast, hosted by Travis C.
I'm Dizzle J.
And I'm Liz, for now.
I'm Liz for now. Perfect. Liz, thank you for joining us again. It's always fun to kind of have you here.
Thanks. It's kind of fun to be here.
Kind of heavy.
Right. Well,
I
you
call
know.
off
She's only
one time.
She's only half here when she's here anyway.
Oh,
Right.
I'm here.
But one of the big things we've been talking about for the last couple of weeks with Liz being part of the show and being here so much, changing the Mental Mary name.
Rebrand.
We talked about that.
Yeah.
It's been a topic of discussion. It's actually our Freaking Five for the week.
Yes.
So as we do with all the shows, we could dive into Freaking Five first. Before we do that, though, I just want to remind everyone that this show is brought to you by FreakNet Studios.
FreakNet
Studios. So, go ahead, Jay, let's dive into Freaking Five.
So Freaking Five was Name Our Lady co-host. Logan on the internet said Lady Wrestling. Mandy on Facebook said Mandy.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like,
You can't multitask for me. God damn it.
I'm gonna go ahead.
Oh, fucking message. Let me stop the show. Yeah, you fuckhead.
Put the
Yeah.
brakes.
I can't text and talk at the same time, so...
You can't talk and breathe at the same time.
All right, Liz, what did you have for yourself?
Well, I thought, the Lizzle for Shizzle. That's one of them.
Okay.
And then Liz... Oh, shit, how did it go?
One of the
This is what happens when you don't prepare.
Well, see, one of the biggest things, too, is, and I think it's probably going to happen more times than anything,
Yeah.
is when we, even though we create the name, we come up with something new,
Right.
it's probably going to be shorted down. Because, like, I mean, like, when we're in the show, and I'm talking to Dizzle J,
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, I'm calling him J.
I
Or
call you T.
33%.
I call you T.
Yeah, you know, like, it's very rare if he calls me Travis T. It's very rare if I call him Dizzle J. It's shortened down so the communication can be more fluid and everything.
Right.
So, whatever we come up with, I mean, like, the name can be whatever it wants, but 9 times out of 10, we're probably just going to end up calling you Liz, shorten it based
So
on what it
I need
is.
an abbreviation.
Well, not even abbreviation. It's just like, it's one of the things like, when, because we got to go through all these suggestions, and then we pretty much got to narrow down our favorite one and find it, because we're going to do it as a group.
I think we should put them on the vote too, though.
No, well, we're going to vote on it. I'm not going to put these people.
No?
No, God, no.
Don't do that too.
When you do a vote, especially when a bunch of people give their suggestions, they vote on theirs. And then I'm just going to have to pick it anyways. So,
Oh, that's because you got 66%.
yeah, fuck yeah. So, okay, so, where were you at now?
Well, I had the Lizzle for Shizzle.
Okay.
And then I had Layla Shay. And then I had... I was trying...
Layla Shay?
Yeah, Layla Shay, because I lay it out.
You know, I was thinking about that when I was driving yesterday, like the whole Layla Shay thing. I'm like, that just sounds like feminine Spanish milk.
Spanish milk? Is that
Well,
fake?
because leche is milk.
Oh.
So when you
But
say
it's
Lachey, it just sounds like
Oh.
ghetto milk.
You call me ghetto milk.
Ghetto milk.
Oh, Jesus.
She's our GM. She is our GM. Anyways, okay. So, Lizzle.
Fucking
Layla Shay, Lizzle for Shizzle. What else we got here? Yeah, please, compose yourself. Again, she's not even breathing or talking right now.
No, not at all. I can't
Here
wait
we
till we
go.
get on video.
Alright.
Hmm.
This is
Okay.
your name,
Yeah.
by the way.
No.
So you should
But
have the
I'm
most
having,
input.
Such a hard time thinking about it because I'm just like,
Well, no, and again, and you only had 2 years to figure it out, so we didn't
2
really give you a
years.
lot of time.
And an extra week.
Yeah, so yeah, no, it's totally understandable. Yeah, I mean, it's not like we've been talking about this for a month, so please take your time.
well, thank you. No
Yeah.
rush.
You got a buzzer button?
We should have a buzzer.
We
Right.
should have a bell.
All
Oh. Well, you guys go. I really couldn't think. I really
right.
done.
All right, T, what you got?
Alright, so the first one I have is just sticking with the traditional Mental Mary thing, just shortening it for Mary. I mean, it's almost become iconic at this point.
Right.
And then
Iconic.
I was about
Yeah.
to say that.
Right? So a lot of it at this point, then I just wanted to play off like the actual name.
Okay.
You know, so generic Liz. You know, like WCW. Well, WCW, they used real names. Kevin Nash,
Yeah,
Collins,
that's
stuff like
true.
that. So, and
Yeah.
you're known by Liz. It's one of those things where, just calling you Liz just seems more fluid. I mean, and to be honest with you, knowing me, I'm probably going to accidentally call you Liz no matter what, the name is, and before I even catch myself.
Yeah.
But also, Lizzie, Izzy, and I actually have Liziana. just for the hell of it.
Liziana.
I think it's a little bit different.
Liziana.
And then
Like
it's just shortened to Liz. So
Got it.
I really like the aspect of us using our real names, just putting a different twist on it. I think Liziana is probably the most unique of it.
Liziana kind of sounds like sexy. Liziana.
Right? They all sound sexy because I fucking said them. I mean, for the love of God, but I do like.
Travis got that voice,
right? I like Liziana, and I like even Izzy because it's a little bit different
I like
too.
Izzy too.
And all of them, especially like all of them, you can either shorten mental Mary down to Mary, all of them down to Liz, except for Izzy. You just go with Izzy.
You call me Eminem. Oh, I guess you couldn't call me Eminem. Never mind.
No.
That's taken.
So,
fucking
I got Lady of War.
Okay.
What'd you say?
Lady of War.
Oh, okay.
Triple F. First freaking female.
Oh.
Harmony.
Oh.
Lady Pile Driver. And Jade.
Jade?
Jade. Jayd.
Okay.
Just to make it a little different, because I know there is a Jade in Impact Wrestling.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Perfect. And what were the ones from the internet Liz kind of drifted away from what I was thinking?
Logan had Lady Wrestling.
Yep.
Mandy had Mandy.
Mandy.
It's like how I try to promote everybody and name their kid after me.
All right, cool. So that gives us, 10, 11, 12, 14 of them?
Yeah.
All right, so why don't we go ahead and we'll pick the top 5 out of those 14 that we like.
Okay.
So I'm going to stick with Liziana and Izzy. But I'll stick with Liziana if I only got one choice.
I like Liziana.
I really like Liziana.
So we're going to go with Liziana?
Yeah.
I think Liziana's it. Yeah.
Fucking crush it again! Boom!
Yeah, like a little...
Don't do that.
Why?
Just,
God.
that's how you get fired.
So, perfect. So we'll go with Liziana.
Liziana.
What the fuck is this text from you?
Liziana, and I'll lay it on you.
We're on our way.
Oh, no.
It's not my fault, but we are running.
I wasn't the one spending all the time in the hair getting all beautified.
Perfect.
I was ready on time.
So, Liziana then.
Yes.
Awesome.
Liziana.
So we have a new name for Mental Mary is no longer. But for the hell of it, why don't we could probably still make a Mental Mary vintage t-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Limited time.
Right? Limited edition. We'll do it up until Halloween or whatever next year. I don't give a shit. Depends if they sell, right? And then we'll start working on the Liziana t-shirt.
Cool.
Right?
How about that Angus McDuff t-shirt?
Oh,
that thing turned out great, didn't it?
It really did.
I gotta find out if his showed up. I gotta find out if his arrived or not.
Angus's?
Did it arrive?
Yeah, he posted.
On our page?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see it. I just saw Becca.
I shared it.
No, yeah.
When did you share it? Because it didn't come through for me. I never saw notification.
Oh, yeah, dude, it looks great.
He also shared it on his page.
The color and
man,
with his character,
yeah.
it looks awesome. He tagged us in it, and it said, "See, I'm cool." And then I commented, I'm like, "That shirt makes you a little cooler."
Yeah.
I never got it. That's awesome. That
looks great.
I'll have to check it out one day.
Yeah,
Well, I'll do it during the show. I know who I am.
I mean,
I know who the fuck I
whatever.
am. But it's cool. No, I saw Becca.
Seems like that 60s.
Becca's-
Drifted Bell. Just kidding.
Is she giving the jerk me off under the
God,
table? What was that?
She is so fired. Yeah, no, cool. Yeah, no, I saw Becca's came in. I saw she posted on her page. It was pretty cool. Ours came in.
I ordered a Dizzle J shirt myself.
So
she got
what color did you go with, by the way?
I went with the red.
You went with red?
Yeah.
Cool.
I ordered a purple one.
Did you?
I did. I'm excited.
Not a Dizzle J one.
Not a Dizzle J, but
Ooh.
a JFW.
Did you?
Yeah.
Awesome. Super excited. The merchandise is available. You want to tell everyone where it's from?
tpublic.com.
Right? TEPUBLIC.com. Searching JFW. And the biggest thing is, I love about TeePublic is, I don't know if it's random or however they figure it out, but sales are always happening on the page.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if a lot of people know it, but when you go to JFW and you pick the logo you want, if you keep scrolling down, the logo could be on anything other than just t-shirts.
Tapestries.
Right?
Cell phone cases, laptop cases, stickers, onesies.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of onesies, my niece was born 2 days ago.
Ooh.
Oh, congratulations!
Right?
Oh, yay!
Right? She's adorable, so...
Aw.
my sister don't seem to be a big fan of it, but I think there's a JFW onesie on the way. So I'm really excited for that. It's it's a weird feeling, just like.
Is that your first niece?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you're first! Oh,
Yeah, that's my first First niece nephew out of so
That's so
cool.
exciting! Welcome to the unclehood.
Thank you, Liz.
You're very welcome.
Welcome to the unclehood. It sounds like a bullshit name. It's like the Ascension got older and changed Wasteland to Unclehood.
No, like, you know,
all of a sudden the Viking experience is now.
Mom, it's like the mama hood and your dad's a dadahood. Like, it's like a hood. You're like an elite club that not everybody gets to be in. It's like epic. Now you have a responsibility.
That's the club you can fuck up the kids and drop them back off at home.
You get to do all the fun stuff.
Here's a bunch of pixie sticks.
Parties,
have fun at your mom's.
Go do fun stuff with them all the time. Do stuff that their
Don't
parents say they
can't diaper.
do, but you do it with them anyways, but you don't tell them. That's the best part. But no, it's just fun because, like, you get to be the fucking...
Right. This is a wrestling podcast?
Sorry, I got excited.
Oh, shit, yeah, look at that. You got it in green. That's awesome.
Yeah, it looks great, doesn't it?
That looks cool. God, I'm excited to see it. Hopefully he wears it to SCW next week.
That'd be awesome.
It really goes with the skin color.
It goes with his whole carriage, too, the colors.
Speaking of SCW, let's talk about the rival ARW and the show that we went to last week.
Oh, man. Lake Station, Indiana, we went to at the Legion.
Mm-hmm.
$10 we got in. Great show. They had a battle royal for the golden ticket.
It was packed.
It was packed.
Like,
there was a lot of people there.
Yeah, I think there were more people there than even last time.
Yeah.
So,
definitely.
And I've only been to 2, so I don't know. But it was also a different venue this time. It was at Legion compared to the school, so maybe the area maybe appears smaller and stuff like that, but...
and they did do a Relay for Life fundraiser while they were there.
Yeah.
Next
really
month,
cool.
May 11th, at the Hammond Armory. They're going to be there. Again, $10 at the door. Battle Royal, golden ticket, so that's like their money in the bank.
Yep.
So, and they've had SCW and ARW in there, and it could have went either way. Max Holiday took it, won, and we'll get more on that later, too.
Yeah. Which, I gotta give it to Angus. I mean, like, he actually, he did pretty well in it.
Yeah.
Came down to the final 4. It looked like SCW even had the opportunity to grab that golden ticket. He had an elimination. Probably should be trying to high-five his opponents.
Nah.
But, I mean, you know.
He got a little excited.
He tried to be cool.
He tried to be cool.
Tried to be cool. He yelled at me, which was cool. Kind of.
Well, that's very deserving.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, these wrestlers is good.
It makes no sense.
10-year-old little girls in front of us.
Oh, God.
Next match was SCW versus ARW. Jay Harris, who we both know and enjoy very much when he gets in the ring.
Which we did talk about, like how like it kind of you kind of still see the effects of the Savage match from him, but the fact that he is who he is and he wants to be that fighter to go out and even have a match a couple weeks after how bad he for lack of a better term got dropped
right. So. Versus Jake O'Neill, who Jake O'Neill is a very, very young talent. He looks like he had to be maybe early 20s. But the match was great. Jay Harris did pick up the win, only after a low blow.
Win's a win.
Win's a win.
Win's a win. That's also going to be a shirt you get on tpublic.com by searching JFW.
Freaknet
Studios.
And then we had a tag team match at Angel Armani, TC Washington versus the Caribbean Connection, which was the second time we've seen the Connection and Armani. Armani's an older veteran. TC Washington kind of looked like an older veteran, too. Had a great match. The Connection ended up winning with an ankle lock tap out.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and I know like a lot of people, especially at the show, were giving Armani a lot of crap, for his age and being in the wrestling ring and all that stuff. But the thing is, when you have a new tag team like the Caribbean Connection and stuff like that, and I say Caribbean, not Caribbean.
Said screwed up like I did the first time.
God, well, no, we both butchered that because we looked at Caribbean. Yeah, right. It's like a bullshit caravan. But when you have a team like the Caribbean Connection and everything, you want to have those veterans in there to show them what they are up against. Like if you get 2 new tag teams together and stuff like that, and you throw them in the ring, like there is no structure and there is like there's no flow to it.
There's no like a leader in the ring.
Yeah, and not to break that fourth wall where we try to focus a lot on kayfabe and everything like that, but in reality, you need to have those veterans in there to kind of show them how to move in a tag team match and how to even in singles competitions, man, how everything works. You know, that's why, you know, the Undertaker still sticks around. Kane pops up from time to time. Big Show's there. I mean, I'll throw John Cena in there because he's at that point in the career as well where he's not going to have, like, you know, the mainstay run that he always had and stuff like that. But when he comes for those big matches, pay-per-view wise, spots on, like, you know, like thousands of episodes, whatever, for like Raw, SmackDown, stuff like that, it gives it that feeling that, hey, you know, here's a guy who has this history, but at the same time, he could, like Kurt Angle at WrestleMania, you know, losing to Baron Corbin. No one likes the fact it happened. But even he went in interviews saying that, you know, it's better for the young talent to move up by having that victory over a veteran and stuff like that. So a lot of people may not like it that way because they're so ingrained in that kayfabe and, you know, just getting tied up in the matches, which we do too.
Oh, yeah.
We're guilty of it just as well. But if you don't have that, then they don't have that structure to grow as a tag team.
It's just nice when you had those veterans who are willing to push those younger guys and put them over.
Do business, if you will.
Yeah. And I mean, back when you had WCW and WWE and a lot of those guys were burying that younger talent.
Yeah, that was the biggest problem I had with WCW. Yeah. It's like when you have like Hulk Hogan, even Bret Hart, Macho Man Savage, kind of Ric Flair a little bit too. It's like, you know, you take all these top guys that in reality WWE built, minus Ric Flair. I mean, obviously Ric Flair was huge, NWA. Yeah. But the rest of them, I mean, like, they're built huge in WWE, and then they come in and squashed all the newer talent. You know, even like Alex Wright, Disco Inferno, Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero, Benoit, and Malenko.
Oh, even Jericho at the time, too. And Mysterio. And WCW was really built on that cruiserweight division, kind of like Impact was on their X division. Mm-hmm. And then again, things happened. The same company. These older guys came in, just kind of, no, this is not how it is. And now you're seeing that evolution now, where the big guys are even do that luchador shit that, you know, I'm a big fan of. We know that from past history of match picking and stuff like that. But you got Brian Cage, who can do a 619, and he's 300 pounds, 6'2", maybe 6 foot tall.
There was I'm not sure when it was supposed to happen. It already happened, but SCW was actually having them out at Fit Body U.
I believe that was last weekend.
Was that last weekend?
I think so.
Okay, yeah, I remember hearing that, which was pretty cool for the students and stuff there.
They had Hornswoggle out at the beginning of the month, I believe.
The Looney Bin.
Yep. Yeah. But let's go on. So,
who won the match?
Caribbean Connection.
Okay.
Ankle lock.
I mean, I knew, but I mean, still.
Angel Armani with that damn spray. I don't know what the hell that is, but it stinks. And then Ivan versus Machine for the ARW Championship.
Which the best part about this match was the whole, like, Ivan kind of giving Machine a taste of his own mess and hiding in the women's room to sneak attack him and everything, which was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, honestly, like, this is, like, the first time that we really saw, like, an interference into a match by SCW that we saw anyways. I know there was a big battle with them a few months ago that we didn't see, but I mean, this is the first time that, like, you know, Hunter kind of got involved.
SCW was trying to bring the family onto their side, so they figured if they help the family,
which is smart to do.
It was, but now he's got to face, I believe, the Machine again, for the championship, and one of the best spots and. These two are just fun to watch, but Ivan used the plastic bag on the Machine to choke him out with. That was awesome.
Right, which is a lot. I mean, like, you get like the cable choke, and, you know, like a belt or like the wrist tape and everything. But it is something different. It's kind of cool.
And we know Ivan likes the wrist tape.
Yeah, oh god, yeah. He's what I can't remember what it's called, but Eddie Guerrero used to do it where he does like the somersault over the top rope. It's like the Hilo or whatever it's called.
I forget what it's called.
But the fact that Ivan does it, I mean, another big guy who has a little more athleticism than what you would believe.
Oh, yeah. Cool. And Ivan's scary. Women's match was Pamela Star versus Moxie Molly.
Yeah, I'm so confused by that.
Well, like we were talking about the show, it could be that it's a fight to control between Karma and Moxie. Yeah,
I mean, and it's very possible. I didn't get a chance to talk to Moxie about it. We'll probably get more about a Moxie situation at the end of the show that was kind of weird too that we saw.
Yeah.
But it's just weird, like, you know, when you sit there and you watch SCW and you watch ARW and you see two different people, not even different names but personalities. It's like, you know, like what is going on in her head where, where she's Moxie here and she's Karma here and stuff like that.
I mean,
and
it could be split.
Yeah, the one thing that does bug me though, and it's a small thing, is the fact that she is SCW Women's Champion and she wasn't holding the title.
Right.
Like, I'm sorry, it doesn't matter what brand you are. If you're a champion, you carry that belt with you, But maybe at the same time, we still don't know what side Moxie's on.
But I'm also told that when champions travel with their belts, it's common practice not to wear it outside of the venues.
Moxie
like
Molly didn't win the title. It was her alter ego that won the title. So that's probably why Moxie Molly didn't have the title with her.
Yeah, it kind of falls back into that mental thing. So it's like, and it's possible. It's like, that
was actually a really good answer.
It's a really confusing situation without if I'm sure there's an explanation to it all, but without knowing the explanation, it's like how is everything working out? And that's something I'm gonna love to see, going forward, because I'm gonna assume, and we got the match list from SCW that we're gonna go over here in a little bit.
Sweet.
I didn't look at it yet, so I don't know who's on it, if it's Karma, if it's Moxie Molly, or whatever it is. But this was a good match. Pluma Star really doesn't get a lot of credit for the work she does, but she pretty much ran the whole match. She was on top the entire time. Just one slip up cost of the match, and that's pretty much what happens sometimes.
And then this is where we got attacked by a 12-year-old girl.
God, yeah, she.
What should you guys tell you how it should be instead of hearing your bullshit?
Well, she did what you did. She just talked. So
she throwing out random insults that didn't mean anything.
And she just spat bullshit the entire time. I'm like, damn, I didn't know Liz was small. What the fuck? What the hell happened here? But
little mini me.
Both of us looked at each other like, "Where's little Belladonna when we meet her?"
She was just like, I just seemed like she was a big fan of Moxie Molly, and she wasn't used to people not rooting for the good guy all the time. I guess.
Well, so she put you in your place, right?
Yes, grandma
put her
in place.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, Grandma liked us. So I don't even know why.
It's like Thumper from Bambi bitching at bears. It's like what the fuck?
Thumper never bitched at bears.
It's a simile. A simile is comparison using like or as.
Right, but bears were even in that movie. I'm just saying.
What he's saying is it would be like Thumper yelling at bears.
A little bunny yelling at bears. I just use Thumper as a reference.
At least she's brave. At least she had the balls to do it. At least somebody does. Instead of hearing her smack the whole time.
Yeah, until Grandma yelled at her. She shut up right quick there, didn't she?
She didn't turn around one more time after that. The next match was a tag team title match. Malibu's Most Wanted, Excalibur and John Hudson versus Nick Cutler and Dave Allen. This one was going either way. There was no clear...
Yeah.
It kept going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Malibu's Most Wanted did win with pinfall. Afterwards, Cutler pushes the announcer, and announcer falls into a child, and
baby crying. Yeah, that was a
what?
Yeah, that was
a child okay?
And then cut a hell of a promo.
She got a cookie. She's fine.
Yeah, she got a cookie.
Cookies are
It was one of the things like breaking characters makes sense at that point.
Yeah,
and stuff like
that.
You'd
have to.
But he totally did it, and he totally came to that. He rushed up. The girl was being held by her mom. Yeah. He was trying to talk to her, so then he ran back to what do you call that?
The backstage
area, where they have food and stuff, and he pushed a bunch of guys away and grabbed her some cookies and brought her a cookie. He's like, I like you, but I hate the rest of you. As I can dig it.
Yeah, which and I get like a lot of people are upset about the situation and everything, and there was even a guy sitting next to us who was trying to get up and do something about it. But the thing is,
accidents happen.
Yeah, it's a wrestling show, and I get that maybe the kid was wasn't paying attention to everything. It's not like he did it intentionally. No. It was an incident that happened. I'm sure that didn't work out the way they wanted to work out. He apologized and everything. He made sure she was
to the little girl.
Yeah. So it's just like, the best thing to do, especially in these wrestling companies, and I'm going to give everyone this advice, stay away from the ring area and just watch your children. It's the biggest thing, especially when the wrestlers are outside the ring in the area you're at, keep your child close.
Yeah,
It's sad.
You've been with us when we had the kids there, and if they're at anything, they're behind us.
Oh, I don't give a fuck where your kids are. They're not my children.
Excited just the same. Kids get excited.
But you gotta understand that you're gonna get hurt.
Oh, yeah.
It's a fact life. If somebody fucking whipped a fucking water bottle out and fucking hit me in the face and shit, that is what it is. I didn't duck. I don't tell you.
Or throw a Gatorade bottle back
I'm gonna
at
assume
you
it was
after
at
they
you.
drink it.
Yeah. Fucking Andy.
So,
I think that's probably why this is one of my favorite shows. Fucking Andy one day.
yeah, Andy wasn't there.
Thank God.
Andy.
You should drink your whole Gatorade instead of just a sip of it.
And they threw it and fucking, God, it just
Same.
vanished.
Oh, man, it just
It was a good tag team match.
It was a very good match.
They retained the titles, their first title defense. And yeah, that promo that Nick cut, pretty much tearing apart all of ARW.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and for a minute there, we couldn't tell if it was shoot or not. And I mean, it was one of the best promos I've probably heard.
Absolutely.
What the hell is it? Cage came out with the Sentinel afterwards. Yep. Maverick Cage is SCW's heavyweight champion.
I'm not sure if you mentioned about the Ivan Machine match, but Ivan retained.
Yes.
Because Hunter interfered.
On disqualification.
Which gave him a rematch in the future. But
so earlier tonight, we had talked about how Max Holiday won the golden ticket at ARW, which means that golden ticket could be cashed in for any championship on the ARW show. So Cage, being SCW's champion, was at the show. You know, they had talked all their smack to ARW, then Holiday comes out, cashes in. One fucking huge ass boot to the face later, Holiday is SCW champion.
Yeah.
And then it just erupted from there. At one point in time, Sentinel comes by and grabs the SCW title and just runs out the back door.
Yeah. Which, it surprised me that you think in that situation, being an ARW, the SCW would have more guys kind of like back him up and stuff like that. And this wasn't even like a full-on kind of brawl between the two. It was a fight between Hunter and Holiday.
Yeah.
Which is culminating into a great main event coming up on May 11th at the Hammond Armory.
Yes. So. I can't wait for that. I mean, we're huge fans of Hunter. And he's just been the ass kicker of Southland for so long. It's like...
Yeah, and I think this is going to give him a different challenge because coming from my point of view, there isn't anyone like Holiday in SCW that compares to like that big guy kind of mentality.
That size and strength.
Yeah. I mean, you can kind of look at like Mulligan. You can kind of look at Marche, even Ivan, but they don't really cross paths a lot with those guys and everything. So
you're talking, he's got a good he might be as tall as Marche and Mulligan, but he's definitely taller than Ivan. And I mean, we talked about before, he's got that Bruiser Brody look to him. Yeah. Where he's kind of scary when he comes to the ring. That little half skull mask, which is really awesome. Yeah. But
it just surprises me how they're allowing an SCW title to be defended in ARW, not SCW. And the fact that Sentinel is holding the title currently.
I mean, can't wait for next week because I'm sure something's going to happen where we're going to know more, learn more.
Definitely excited for that.
Are you going to go next week?
Yeah.
Yay!
Yay!
All right, want to talk about SCW?
Let's talk about SCW.
Let's talk about SCW. Next Saturday, Clifton. At least now we know where the venue's at.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And it's nice. Like we said, it's a nice venue.
I like it. Yeah.
Fit Body U, Genesis Martial Arts. You can pick up your tickets pre-game.
Pre-game!
Pre-sale, $10 a piece. They are taking donations for the Mantilla Veterans Home. So if you guys have anything and you want to donate it but you can't get there, hit us up. Let us know. We'll pick it up for you as long as you're in a pretty easy distance to us. I'm not going to drive 3 hours to drop off some canned goods.
Gotcha. So, SCW just sent me over the match card. I'm going to try to read through this.
Hot off the press.
Right?
Extra.
I didn't even touch the screen.
Didn't even touch
the screen. Okay, so from what SCW is saying, happening next Saturday, Baynex is taking on Bo Anderson. Nothing about the title being on the line or anything, so we'll have to find that out. Black Irish is defending their titles against the family.
Really?
Which I can only assume is Ivan and Andrews. Gino Latino is taking on Bobby Blues. Crane is taking on Moxie.
So Moxie.
So Moxie. Crane, why is the name escaping me? Come on, who's Crane?
Natasha Crane.
Natasha, okay. what the hell is she? What's her name?
Amazing Amazon.
No, Amazon.
The Amazon.
I pray for a day
I don't screw one word up in the show.
That the enunciation never escapes.
He just wanted to put
Gotcha.
his accent on it.
So Natasha Crane's taking on Moxie Molly. Again, no word on a title defense, so we'll see. We'll have to see when the show comes up. The Revolt is taking on the Unholy Alliance, who's taking on Starks and Dave Allen, my bad.
So it's a three-way tag
I
team?
jaded. What?
Wow.
It looks like a triple threat tag team match, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So who knows? I mean, this could be a potential number one contendership for the SCW title, titles, I think. I think it'd be cool to see that. God, what did you do to me? What the fuck did you do to
He
me?
gave you
Oh, man. Happy Rob
his
Van Dam Day.
Right, God damn it. So I mean, Revolt obviously is Andy and his boyfriend. Unholy Alliance is
Sounds cute.
the uncool Angus and Mr. Pointy Shoes, and then, of course Starks and Alan from ARW. So
Isn't Starks the one Hunter put down last time?
I think so. Yeah. Max Blaylock is taking on Mikey Wild, who is a newcomer to SCW.
Ooh.
So I'm excited to see this, especially like a newcomer. Like I'm hoping he's a young guy. Because these independents and everything, they need to start, grooming these younger guys for the future.
Yes.
Not in that way, but
that's a different type of grooming there.
yeah. And also, it looks like Savage and Harris may have.
Rubber match?
I'm not sure if it's a rubber match.
No, because they both got counted out last time. Savage has the win from before.
Yeah.
So Savage is actually up in this little...
Yeah, he's taking the win on it, but from like the promo and everything that Harris had, it looks like he challenged Savage to an I Quit match. It hasn't been there hasn't been a response to it yet. So that looks like that's something that could potentially happen. I'm not sure it's gonna happen next week. I'm not sure it's gonna happen next month, but it looks like the challenge was laid out to Savage, and we're just waiting for a response to that. And then we just gotta find out what else is gonna happen from the show. I mean, I got the match card. We also, they reminded us that the champion, Holiday, he may be there. We don't know. I'm sure that he's going to want to come for his title.
I'm assuming so. They might see the lawyer again. Have him come out.
Yeah. But at the same time, it's just one of the things where I don't know how the contracts work as far as title defenses with SCW or even ARW. But we know Cage is due for a rematch, at least from what we know of the wrestling business. So I don't know if it's going to be one of these things where, who knows, how they may show up and Cage may have his rematch. They may turn into a triple threat on May 11th. If it is, Cage is probably better just kind of sitting on the sidelines when these fucking big-ass guys kind of going at it.
Godzilla and fucking King Kong go at each other.
Right? Then you got a fucking Thumper.
Wrestling
That's
grass.
a bunny from Bambi. I know Godzilla wasn't in Bambi, but it's a reference. Okay, as long as I know, thank you.
You're welcome. Just had to make sure.
So next Saturday, SCW's on Clifton. We share SCW so much on Facebook, so you get the address and everything off that.
Oh, yeah.
You mentioned it earlier. It's $10 pre-sale at Fit Body U.
$12 at the door.
$12 at the door and everything. And Clifton's pretty. I mean, like I said, I do like their venue. I like the fact that the concessions is separate from there. I'm happy they got the bleachers. It's just more open. So
right.
It's pretty cool how they have the setup and everything. And of course, during like intermission, some of the wrestlers do come out, like Baynex, who does a lot for, especially for like sick children.
The Patriots Hope, both of him and Paradox come out and talking with the kids, shaking hands, bumping fists.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a very good crowd to go see. SCW fans are probably the loudest fans we've seen so far.
Yeah,
ARW was quiet,
yeah,
but when they did speak, it was freaking hilarious.
I did notice that ARW did get a little bit louder when SCW shows up.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's probably an SCW thing. But, I mean, even like when you looked at NXW, I mean, me and Chad were the loudest out of the entire crowd.
Yes, we were.
But, yeah, I mean, like, even like looking back at like New Breed Wrestling, their crowd wasn't too much. And it kind of goes back to like when we were talking a few months back on an episode, like New Japan Pro Wrestling. Like those wrestlers didn't talk about how quiet the crowd is because they come from a respectable background to where they need to pay attention.
Right.
So they're almost like watching a show where you can't do that here in the Midwest.
No.
I mean, the whole reason most of the wrestlers love Chicago.
Or Canada, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because Chicago's wild.
Canada, oversized Minnesota.
Oversized Minnesota. Yeah, no, a lot of people love coming to Chicago, whether it be entertainers or wrestlers. It's just the greatest fan base is
It really
here.
is. Crowd really gets
crazy.
into it.
Yeah. And I just want to mention real quick, following the SCW stuff is about their fundraiser for the Veterans Home. So, like we mentioned, SCW does some kind of charity event for a certain group in the Kankakee area, even the local area, some of that, yeah. And this month is for the Veterans Home. And what they're doing is they're asking for personal amenities and stuff like that for the people there. There's a list on our Facebook page that we shared. We shared it multiple times and everything. And what we said is, like, what we want to do is we want to help get that stuff out to SCW. So if you collect this stuff or are looking to collect stuff, go to our Facebook page, JFW Podcast. Scroll down, you'll find the SCW link that we shared, and it gives you a list of things that they're looking for. Toiletries, small little things that, for like entertainment, like little radios and stuff like that, greeting cards, things like that. If you guys have anything like that they're willing to donate to SCW, but you can't make it out to the show, let us know. We'll figure out a way to collect those things from you and bring them out there. We won't take credit for doing it. We'll let them know that was donated through other people because we're good like that.
Yeah.
We're not assholes.
Not all the time.
Yeah. I probably won't shout out your names and stuff like that because if we do get a lot of them, it'll just be a lot of people to, like, hey, think of this, and everything. But we'll let them know it came from other people and stuff like that. So go to our Facebook, go to JFW Podcast, or you can go to South End Championship Wrestling, either one. Check out the SCW Hangover event. The list is on any of those. And if you feel that you do have something you want to donate, just message us on our Facebook page. Say, hey, listen, I have this stuff. I can't make the show. If you want to come pick it up, we can meet somewhere. We can meet on the way there and stuff like that. And it's just our way to help out SCW because they're one to help us out with giving us access to the wrestlers and, early
front row seats,
right? Advanced access to like match cards and stuff like that we're able to bring to you guys. I mean, this list was given to us for us to issue out on our podcast before it was even released for the event. So it's kind of cool that they're willing to do stuff like that with us. So
and we usually answer our messages within the hour of getting them.
Yeah,
we have a very good rate.
Yeah, and I think it works out perfectly, especially because of our work schedules and everything. It's like, obviously I can't answer them during the day because I'm at work, and you can't answer them at night because you're at work. But at least there's always someone there.
Right.
And now that we got Liz, we can throw...
I could answer them anytime.
Well, no, you're not answering messages.
Yeah.
No,
Why?
but you're definitely...
I'm so personable. Everyone loves me.
I'll have you share shit on Facebook, but, well, you don't gotta worry about the messages.
We're going to have to go over our rules.
Right?
There's this contract you need to sign.
It's coming from the board directors, not me.
Yeah,
Mr.
Investors, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, right. It's a whole thing. Climate control and shit. It's
climate control.
The economy.
Messages.
Global warming.
You're a little confused.
Funko Pops. Which, by the way, look at that collection.
I tagged you in the next round of them coming
I'm excited, yeah. I saw the Becky Lynch one. I'm like, I already ordered that one, but it's a different Becky Lynch.
Is it Becky Two Belts?
No, it's just Becky Lynch in her attire, but they have the Undertaker with the robe, which not a fan of the robe, but fan of the Funko. Elias with the guitar, Bret Hart,
awesome.
And I can't remember what the other one is off the top of my head.
Does he also have like one of his flower robes with the guitar, or is it just the guitar?
It might be. I didn't look too much into it, but it's definitely it's Elias, it's Bret, Becky, Undertaker, and I think there's another one. I can't remember what that was off the top of my head.
Very cool.
Yeah, so I'm excited for it. Oh shit, yeah, we didn't have a lot.
Where are we at?
Got like 39 minutes.
Really?
Ooh.
Yeah.
We kind of breezed through that.
We breathed through it quickly.
You guys are like really on top. It was very nice to just kind of sit and listen. I actually enjoyed it. No, I mean like you're talking about the show. You guys had a really good flow. I know it's something you guys have been wanting to work on for a while, and it was really nice. I enjoyed it. Props to you.
That's why we're the world's greatest tag team in podcast history.
I don't know if we have to change that now. Do we have to go to faction stable now, or
trios champion?
Well, no. No.
Trios champion.
Well, we still retain the shirt's already made.
Yeah. She's the valet. Or,
The valet.
Sorry, the manager.
Yeah, you can't say valet.
Can't say valet
Can't
no
say
more.
valet. Yeah, you can. That's diva-like. You can't
Look
do
at me
that.
like that.
I make you more awesome, okay? Just so you know. I mean, you hit 1,000 viewers as soon as I hopped on the show, so, I mean, come on now.
Listeners.
Listeners. I mean, you did. Once I started doing podcasts with you.
Did you hear this?
So.
I mean, she can say
put
what
it
she
there.
wants.
Just put that little information in
Yeah.
your back pocket.
Yeah. Well, fuck yeah. I mean, you're part of this show too. You weren't part of ARW, the SCW stuff, because you have our stuff going on. Anything you want to share about what's going on in wrestling, on your thoughts and everything? I know we got the final freaking thought we still got to go through, but
I got my pick of the week.
Let's go do that.
well, we still got time.
No,
I
final
know.
freaking thoughts the last thing.
Yeah,
we did.
final freaking thoughts, the very last thing.
I don't know. Oh, so, like, anything with wrestling? I'm excited
Yeah, I
about the
mean,
shake-up.
give me some views and stuff like that. Have you watched Miss and Ms? Miz
No,
and Mrs.
actually,
No?
I have not.
Bella Twins, Total Divas?
Actually,
whatever?
I haven't watched the Bella Twins because their season
You watch wrestling at all? You know what this
And,
podcast is
I
about?
did watch Raw and SmackDown this week. I wasn't able to watch NXT, mainly because I forget on accident. But it just doesn't seem that advertised to me, so
Okay.
that's why it's so forgetful. But I feel with the new change-up that I'm kind of excited for it, different storylines. And I'm really excited to see what they're going to do with Elias, especially since Vince McMahon called him that, what was that word? That big word he
Greatest
used?
Acquisition?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I think that was just a spoof, though.
No, it's
It wasn't.
he is though. He's literally
And then
amazing.
Roman came
He
out.
has
Then
such
Roman came
crowd
out.
appeal. Like everyone knows that WWE stands for Walking with Elias.
Mhm.
I love it.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing too. Is like I think Elias is at the point where he needs to be a babyface. I mean, he has such fan reactions and stuff like that.
It would have made more sense for him to be babyface and then have John Cena be the heel at WrestleMania. It would have made more sense instead of having a heel attack a heel.
How do you feel about Cena being on Raw?
I feel I didn't see that actually.
Yeah, because it didn't happen. Because he
Wait a minute, what?
he hasn't been back since WrestleMania.
I sat here thinking, I was like, man.
Oh, well,
Yes.
that's because he was hosting the Ellen show.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
He was
priorities.
hosting
Yeah.
You know, getting the world out there, but everyone knows John Cena's hosting Ellen, WWE. So there's the face of WWE for you, right there on Ellen.
Yes, because the wrestling fan base is such Ellen fans.
They are. John Cena fans are Ellen fans. Ellen's awesome.
Yeah, those would be the females and the kids.
Yeah.
There are more than just females and kids on the Ellen show.
Andy Black.
Oh my
Andy
god.
Black.
Yeah.
Anyways, besides that, I wanted to talk about the whole Kurt Angle thing because Kurt Angle lost. The last person he lost to in a match like that was John Cena, and everyone saw how huge John Cena got because Kurt Angle handed over the torch to John Cena, and then Kurt Angle also just did
Kurt
that.
Angle won that match.
He still handed over the torch with John Cena, and no, he lost that match. Kurt Angle lost to John Cena.
That first night John Cena came out?
No, I'm saying when Kurt Angle lost to John Cena and handed him the torch in that match. You know which one I'm talking about. We talk about this all the time. About
I'm
handing
not
out
getting
the
involved
torch.
in this. I like when you guys bicker. Let's
I
do that.
have no idea what match she's talking
Let's
about.
do that.
Oh, I can't remember
There's
what
all
it was.
kinds of John Cena versus
it's
Kurt
when
Angle
he was-
matches.
But it was his last one when he retired the first time.
He never retired the
When
first
he
time.
left and he went to TNA. Or, yeah, TNA.
Wasn't it his last match with Brock Lesnar?
No.
No.
Kurt Angle's come back in so many different times, but anytime he passes
It's
the
hard
torch
to
to
really
somebody,
decide. Oh, wait, no. I think Brock Lesnar was the last match before he became like GM or some shit.
but
please,
anytime
you guys
Kurt
talk.
Angle gives the torch to somebody,
No.
they become like big. So
Baron's not gonna become big.
you don't think so?
No, Baron.
No.
No.
It's not him. It's just the crowd's not going. The crowd doesn't.
Well, he probably needs like a change up.
They're not.
Like,
Yeah, they're not going to relate to him. It's just. And it's not his fault. It's just too many people on the roster,
Right.
especially people who aren't even there that are going like Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt gets over with the fans like
Yeah.
instantly.
But where's he at? Well, I mean, I think he's coming back with that whole weird dinosaur thing going on.
Everyone keeps saying it's him, and it has to be. Well, especially I'm not sure if it was Raw or SmackDown, but there was one of those segments where it wasn't like a dinosaur thing. It wasn't like a doll or shit. I'm
Yeah,
like,
it was
yeah.
a doll.
yeah. So
I feel like that's it's
yeah.
like Bray
it has to be
Wyatt-esque.
Bray Wyatt because the
Yeah.
smoke and everything just reminds me of it.
Mhm.
But it's like I don't know what the fuck they're doing with it. It makes no fucking sense. And I hope if he does come back, he's not having the dreadlocks anymore. I'm hoping he goes back to the normal
Oh
long hair.
yeah,
I like that more. It gives him more of that like backwoods kind of like swampy Mississippi.
I know
feeling.
recently because they showed he did get a haircut, but I don't know how mine is here. Kind of like that, but he still had all this long hair.
Yeah,
I hope to God he comes back as Husky Harris.
That'd be hilarious.
right, just fucking bury the shit out of it.
See, originally I was hearing that they were going to come back and bring the whole Wyatt family back, but then
Harper
asked for his release.
Yeah. Oh, this is such a wild turn, but I just started thinking about the tag team that Paige just brought out with Asuka and.
I heard a lot of people weren't a big fan of that
because
they split up. I can't remember what they're called.
The Pirates of the Sky.
Yeah, Sky Pirates.
Sky Pirates.
Yeah. So
yeah, see, I didn't think that was cool. I thought
no, it's weird. Like I mean, I did this Sane.
Yeah. Carrie Sane.
Yeah, Carrie. To tag with Asuka, it doesn't make any sense to me.
No.
I mean,
it does to me. I feel like maybe she's kind of training with Asuka. Asuka's kind of giving her the training in the ring that she needs.
And it is possible. I don't know their background, like what their history is, but I mean that's very possible. To be managed by Paige, I don't understand why
that's what didn't.
But they don't have to talk. Paige can talk for them. And it's kind of like the Brock Lesnar thing, because Brock Lesnar couldn't really talk, so he had Paul Heyman. So Asuka is just as great, and she also has a reputation where she doesn't need to talk, but Paige can do that. Paige will be the next, whatever his name is, for the women's division. Should be the first, but she will also be the next. Paul Heyman, but of the women's division.
She'll be the first.
The first,
but she'll be the next.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, don't
No, like the only thing I don't understand is that it's their or not their personalities, but
their styles.
Their styles clash. She's kind of like that goth punk, and they're Japanese.
They're more
bubbly.
They're bubbly.
Huh? No, they definitely mix. They work. They pull together. They work. They work together. Did you watch the French? Did you watch?
No, we're not saying
match?
it's Paige and them.
No,
Paige and them.
They don't.
It totally flows.
No. It would have made more sense to have.
It's like playing Paul Bearer with Hulk Hogan.
Right.
No, it definitely works for him.
That's like the perfect
right.
Analogy.
It's like Paul Bearer with Hulk Hogan. It's like Brother Love with The Undertaker. That's why they replaced him with. It's just weird how like that. If anything,
but see, it's the difference that you guys have been craving. It's the difference that the WWE needs. They keep saying needs to happen, and then now it's happening. Now they're creating change, and you guys don't want to be for it.
If Paige was to manage any tag team, I would put Sarah Logan and Sonya Deville together.
Yeah.
Right.
Or Rhea Ripley and somebody
Rhea Ripley.
I thought it was going to be somebody from the UK brand
because
she's British.
She's British and she's the punk rock thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying it might not. It could work.
It's definitely going to work.
I'm not going to doubt it.
I say it doesn't work.
I say it does.
I say within 6 months it flops.
I know. Not Paige. Paige is a crowd person. People love Paige, and whatever she puts her hands to,
April 20th.
It prospers. Whatever she does, it's greatness.
October tag team doesn't exist anymore.
Okay, you're on.
You remember that?
Me too.
Yeah, you won't remember that shit.
Actually, I have an amazing memory. Like an elephant.
Like a what?
Like an elephant.
Oh, I think it's an elk.
An elephant.
They remember so much.
What's your pick of the week?
So I went back and I found one of the younger videos of the Young Bucks versus the Briscoes, and it's tag team wrestling at its finest. You put these guys in the ring with each other, it's going to be fun, high-flying, and brutal. The Briscoes are probably my favorite tag team in ROH right now.
Okay.
So, check it out. It's already posted for Throwback Friday.
Throwback Friday?
Yeah, titled Throwback Thursday.
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead and why don't you take care of the plugs for this week, and then we'll dive into the final freaking thought.
So, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, we're on Podbean, iTunes. Yeah.
Let us show how to do it.
Yeah.
We're on, I don't even know. We're on, well, actually, I have the Podbean app that I listen to. I know we're on iTunes, and then I don't have a list in front of me.
But it's okay, because you're the reason we have 1,000 views.
It is. It's awesome.
Okay. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, because we're still using Twitter for some reason. Search JFW Podcast, it'll come up. We are on iTunes, Google Play, Podbean, and Spotify.
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 Yeah. And JFW Podcast, Just Freaking Wrestling. Search either one. If you do follow us on iTunes or even Podbean, give us a rating, give us a review and everything. It helps us. It boosts us. And gives us more in those list of potential podcasts that should be recommended to listen to, as well as subscribe to us. That way you get a notification when the show comes out. There is a lag, I believe, in Google Play. It may take a couple hours for it to notify you of it. Podbean's instant. Usually comes out a couple hours after we record. So usually by like 3 o'clock on Saturdays and stuff like that as the show gets released. So check out Podbean, Google Play, Spotify, and iTunes at JW Podcast.
I don't even have an iPhone. You pointed at me. I'm like, I don't know what they use.
God, you should
I have an iPhone and I downloaded it.
We also have merchandise, as we mentioned several times. That's at tpublic.com, TEEPUBLIC.com, just by searching JFW. It's part of the FreakNet Studios.
FreakNet
Studios. Check that out. You also see This Freaking Show merchandise there as well, because it's all part of the FreakNet Studios. If you guys have a suggestion for a kind of shirt that you want and everything, an idea after listening to the show, throw it out to us. Give us your recommendations. I mean, we'll take it into consideration. We'll talk about it. There are more logos coming out. Probably update a little bit some of the logos, like I mentioned, with Dizzle J's shirt with the black lettering and everything. You can't get the shirt in black, so we may get an updated one where it's white lettering, so you get in various colors as well. We're going to get the Shut Your Talk Hole shirt coming out. The Wins a Win shirt's going to come out. We're going to get the Mental Mary Vintage shirt to come out, as well as the Liziana shirt as soon as we figure out a good design or something for that one as well. So a lot more designs coming out and everything. Like I mentioned, just keep looking at it. Maybe we'll we'll definitely post on our Facebook page when the sales are happening on that. That way you get the greatest deal for all the merchandise that we have.
Buy one for all your family.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Buy one for babies. You got onesies. Tank tops.
Onesies.
Yeah. Cell phone cases for iPhones and
tapestries
Androids.
For hippies.
Tapestries, whatever the fuck that means. Throw pillows.
You hang them up and you can't. It blocks the sun.
Maybe we should get one for when we go to shows.
We probably should.
Put it on like the table or something.
Wear it around like a cape. I love the instant disappointment in your face.
It happens so much.
Oh, do we have do-rags?
What?
We should. That'd be cool.
Handkerchief, do-rags anywhere.
They don't, but we should recommend
do-rags.
Do-rag?
Yeah. Don't you know what a do-rag is?
I know what a do-rag is.
Okay, well, we should have do-rags.
Okay, so final freaking thought for this week. It's my turn to ask you. The Viking experience.
I think they could have came up with a better name.
I think you should say War Raiders.
I think so too, but I also commented that they could have been called the Horde. And that still would have...
Can you name another tag team that came up from NXT that got their tag team name changed?
Not off the top of my head, no.
Right? I wonder if it was the war part of it that they kind of deferred from.
I kind of feel like it's Daniel Bryan-esque when they're calling themselves the Vikings.
Why?
It kind of seemed because Daniel Bryan, one of his times, he was a Viking, that was his thing. So it just kind of feels like Daniel Bryan-esque to me. It was back when he first started. When he first started out, he had remember he had the full beard.
Oh, when they called him the Goat.
When he was doing the Goat, but he was Viking.
I don't think he was a Viking. I think they just called him the Goat.
Oh shit! No, he is a Viking. I confused myself. They talked about it on Bellas, but he's actually a Viking. But it just seemed to me it was Daniel Bryan.
He is a Viking.
Yeah, that's his
they
heritage.
Did one of those tests, those DNA tests.
But it just kind of seemed like Daniel Bryan-esque, and then maybe they might be...
You don't want to make a Berserker reference or something?
A Berserker?
Berserker?
What's a Berserker?
You know what a Berserker is, right?
I've never heard of it.
He was a wrestler. He was a Viking.
The Horns.
Come on!
Oh, yeah, that guy. I just never realized his name. I don't know, I just feel like it's Daniel Bryan.
Shout out Dizzle J on Facebook on not knowing the Berserker as being a co-host to a wrestling podcast.
Look at us.
It happens.
I like how your thought is, the horns.
He raised up his hand.
Completely ignored the Viking. Oh, shit. ARW capturing the SCW title.
I'm awesome for ARW.
Yeah.
I mean, that's got to definitely put them one up on SCW as far as this feud is going.
Mm-hmm. Follow to it, SCW right off with the championship.
It's kind of bogus.
So kind of sort of loserish.
Yeah. I think the thing that made it worse was it was the Sentinel who ran off with it.
Yeah.
And not Cage.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Liv Morgan's on SmackDown now, so there's no more Riot Squad.
That sucks.
Yep.
No, it's good. They didn't need to break up. There's too much talent that wasn't being used.
I didn't want them to break up because I wanted the tag team division to grow more. That's the only problem I ever had.
They have enough with the tag team. I mean, they just broke up Bayley and Boss, and now it's going to be Bayley and, what's her face?
No, Bayley's in SmackDown as a single competitor. That was announced.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then she, in that whole matchup, became a tag team with Ember Moon. Like, it literally just happened in front of everyone's eyes. She came out as a singles competitor, stating that she's no longer with the Boss, but then her and Ember ended up being together.
That's a stupid tag team. I'm glad I didn't watch SmackDown. That's a I hope not. Bayley
got no pop whatsoever.
She's not good, but I feel like it hurts Ember to put Bayley with her. I feel like it hurts
especially
Ember a lot, and it holds her back.
Especially with Ember being gone for so long, she needs to rebuild herself as an individual. No, Bayley needs to be a single competitor. They need to keep certain tag teams together. The Riot Squad should stay together with Logan and Liv Morgan alone, and Ruby could just go on her own. They didn't need a Riot Squad anymore, but that tag team together, just because they work.
That's a good mesh right there, too.
But like I said, I would have been a big fan of like Logan and Sonya being together.
That would be like a strong ass team.
Okay, let me get back into this. No more Sanity. Eric Young's on Raw, and Wolf is asking for his release, so Sanity's broken up.
Really?
Yeah.
Now it makes sense why he's shaved, I guess.
Yeah. There's no one with Sanity.
So what are they going to do with him?
I don't know. Killian is floating around. Nikki Cross is on her own. Eric Young's on Raw on his own, and Wolf is asking to be released.
Wow. What a change.
Man, the money must be good somewhere.
Yeah. Any thoughts on that whole thing?
I think
good
that
idea,
sucks.
bad idea.
That sucks. They never really used Sanity for anything.
I thought if anything, they would have kept them around at least for like a Sanity versus Wyatt family kind of thing. Thought that would have been cool.
Or they could have done a Sanity versus the Shield before Ambrose left.
Harper released.
That's
requesting his release.
I liked Harper.
Yeah. It was cool he came back at least for that Battle Royal at WrestleMania. But another Shield match tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah. You didn't hear about that?
No.
It's a big event. Yeah, Shield's last match is being aired tomorrow.
I thought Ambrose was gone.
No, not yet. He's still doing live shows for WWE. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think he's advertised for Raw. Yeah.
But he had it.
Stupid.
Okay.
That's confusing.
AEW lacking heavyweights.
That doesn't bother me.
No.
And I mean,
Cody's searching for him. There was an article saying that he's looking for him because they don't have anyone above 6'2".
Well, I mean, they're probably just going to have to do, again, what Impact and WCW, just build on the smaller guys until the bigger guys come.
Yeah. I'm
sure once Impact's time with Brian Cage is over, Cage is going to want to go somewhere.
Yeah. I think it was also mentioned in an article that Chris Jericho did, where I think currently they have like 44 guys on their roster right now.
Really?
But they don't look to actually get that many more. Because they don't want to fall into the same issue that he has with too many guys. Especially since they're going to have one televised show a week. So they may push to 60, maybe 70, but they're not going to go over that. So they're even saying there's sometimes like they didn't name anyone, but they're turning people away.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Roman's return on SmackDown, or Roman's debut on SmackDown, actually having mixed responses, boos and cheers and stuff like that. Kind of fall back.
He usually gets mixed
he always
responses,
says.
so that's
his crowd appeal. I mean, it's Roman Reigns.
I was kind of hoping for a heel turn, but
yeah. Overall opinion on the WWE shakeup, on the moves and everything that happened.
I like it.
It's okay. I think AJ should have stayed on SmackDown, but I would have loved to see AJ and Roman go at it. But I guess Rollins and AJ would be great.
Yeah,
too.
that would probably be better. Even though I'm not a huge fan of AJ Styles, they did need to put bigger name people on Raw because Raw was hurting.
Like Styles, yeah.
But I mean, he is a big person. But I mean, if it's Seth Rollins,
very much, yeah.
It'll be.
But
fine.
I mean, Joe's going over to Raw too.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering how they're doing that with the whole, not part of the final freaking thought, but how do you feel about Kevin Owens being an honorary New Day since Big E's injured?
I thought that was hilarious and might be
great.
a great way for
Kevin Owens to have
E to break off.
I don't think he'll break off though. I think it's just a temporary thing until he comes back.
I think it's a good face change for Kevin Owens, though, to have that personability with the audience that he hasn't really had before because he's been such a heel for so long. I think it's a great change for him so people can see the personal side of Kevin Owens that we all know that he has because he really is a great wrestler. And I feel like he's amazing. So I love this whole New Day thing. It's freaking epic.
It's kind of weird on how both Owens and Sami Zayn were gone for so long and their personalities kind of flip-flopped.
Yeah. I love that Sami Zayn is back. I am super excited about it. I love that he's a heel.
How do you feel about him using the stunner now?
It's unique.
I think it looks good on him.
I like the pop-up powerbomb because it was different.
See, I didn't like the pop-up powerbomb.
I just liked it because it was different. Yeah. It was another way to do a powerbomb without it, just being lifted up and dropped. Yeah. It was something different. I mean, and I like when wrestlers create their own finishers and stuff like that. Like AJ Styles' forearm or the Styles Clash. He has two different ones he used, and you can throw the fucking calf crusher in there too, which I'm not a big fan of that. Like Charlotte doing the figure eight. Modifying the figure four. Right. Or natural selection and stuff like that. Before you look at all these fucking Funkos and look at everyone's different fucking finishers and shit like that. But, I get why he does a stunner because it's easier to do it to bigger guys without having to alter like a pop-up powerbomb. Because he's not going to do a pop-up powerbomb to like Braun Strowman.
No, not at all.
Or Killian Dane and stuff like that. It's going to look too weird. So it's starting to give him something different. And I think he actually was on Austin's podcast talking about it, about how like Austin gave him a bunch of shit about it, but really he didn't mind that he was doing it.
I was going to say, I think he got Austin's approval.
And it's a pretty good stunner, too. I mean, he does it pretty well.
No, he does a great
stunner. He does like a little bit of a jump and drop into it instead of just kind of like going like, so. He does a kick.
Dude.
That's my bell. That's when I ring the bell.
I like a little...
I mean, he did really good. He did really good with the New Day intro.
What?
He did really good.
Go on. He did what?
The new I'm done.
Really good with the New Day intro.
He really did.
And being in Canada, that's where he's from Canada, so he gets a huge pop up there. Yeah. But I think Kevin Owens is one of those guys who Eddie Guerrero kind of. Mm-hmm. He's going to get a pop regardless if he's the bad guy, the good guy, or in between guy.
And he's capable of like flipping that so easily, which a lot of people can't do. They can't go from heel to face, heel to face. Yeah. I mean, fucking look at Big Show doing it how many fucking times. Like, he's the king of it.
He's got that Rock personality where you can love or hate Rock, but it doesn't matter. It's freaking Rock. That's Kevin Owens.
Liz, you got anything else before we leave? Any final thoughts on your new name and where you see the direction of the show going, stuff like that? What's your input on JFW at this point?
Wow. Well, I feel like our direction...
We're out of time, Liz. Let's hurry up here.
Well, I'm excited to where our new direction is going. And then if we do... I don't know. I'm just excited.
That's all I got.
Time to ring the bell on this episode.
Perfect. As always, I am Travesty.
I'm Dizzle J.
I'm Liziana.
And then we're listening to another episode of Just Freaking Wrestling, the JFW Podcast.
Peace.